Well, hello there, guys, and welcome back. We're back here. As you can see, I have some new brake pads for this little girl of mine, my 1992 Prelude. Today, we'll be replacing them. As you can see, there's nothing in there. And yeah, let me get you set up in the stand, and we'll begin on this. Okay, so we will start this off by again removing this little plastic cover. It's on here. Two little screws on impossible places. Seriously. Honda really didn't want you to work on this at home, but it's no problem. Sorry you can't see, but it's too dark there anyway for you to see. Remove this little guys. Okay, great. So there's the little cover. Now we can remove this. Two 12mm bolts at the back. And then comes the hard job. This is easy. If you remember from the last video, I didn't put these back because of the condition they were in, and so that I had samples to go and look for them. This car is not, in South Africa, this car is really not one of the easiest ones to find parts for. Okay, so there we go. We've got this off. Let me just see. There is a quick way. No, there's no quick way. Remove this handbrake. So I'm just going to leave it on. It's not going to be in the way. But I will move you guys to the other side so you can actually see what I'm doing. So give me a second and we'll start. Okay, so to make things easier, see that little mount over there? Just took it off. These two little bolts, and it bolts up right here. Not too difficult. And then that thing is actually now on the floor. I'm going to see if this one will work with me. Then I'm going to use this to push that back in. If it doesn't want to play nice, I will have to do something else. Let's see, can this thing go big enough? Yes, it can. Okay, great. Holy goodness, that thing is giant. Such a big thing for two such small little brakes. Okay, so I'm going to basically, no, that's not right. Place this one here. Then crank down on it. Start putting pressure back on it, and it is not going to go back in. Okay, how this works, there's basically one giant bolt in there. The handbrake actuates that giant bolt. It basically turns it, and then that bolt turns inside here. That is why on the pads you will see it has this little nub on here. Bring this closer so you can see. That little nub hooks in to those grooves over there, and then it stops that entire caliper from turning. Now it doesn't want to push back, so that bolt doesn't want to turn on its own. I will have to put pressure on it and turn it in. Turn the external one in. I'm going to see, just going to use some water pump pliers. That's what we call it over here. I don't know what you call it in your side of the world, but basically just going to turn it in. This is a tedious job. It sucks. I hate doing rear brakes. I'm going to release the pressure on it just a little bit. And then grab it again and see if I can get it to play nice and turn back in. You see, it's turning. And now it's loose, meaning that thing turned in. This is how 99.9% of cars who have disc brakes at the back, the disc brakes work. You basically just have to sit and struggle with this until you can get it back in. See, I put pressure on it again and grab it, turn it back in. Now you can already see that one was out way further than what it is at the moment. I'm going to continue screwing with this, struggling with it actually, because you see now this entire thing just fell off. Put some pressure back on it, grab it and turn it, and it's basically in. Now let's see, will it go in for me without pressure? Not really. Okay, better. Yeah, not too difficult. It's a tedious job. Some pressure back on it. I know there's different things you can actually buy a special tool that will, as you are turning this shaft to turn it in, it actually turns the caliper. But this is for guys that don't have that special tools, for guys like me and you who just want to at home replace the rear brakes on our cars without taking it to the shop. Have them here for thousands of rands. If I take this into Honda, they charge me 2,500 rand for this. If I do it myself, buy the little brakes, tiny little things, they cost me 450 rand. Not too bad actually, come to think of it. Then after everything is done, you want that cross and that thing to be exactly lined up with one of the fins pointing upwards or downwards, however you want to say it, so that when you come to put these little guys in. Come on, phone. No, it doesn't want to show you. There's not enough light. Ah, there you can see it. That little pin sticking out there has to line up inside that slot to keep it from rotating. Now, let's see. I'm going to put you in the stand. You can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put these guys back in. It's basically just to put a little bit of pressure on the brakes, keep them from falling out. Okay. And one at the top. I'm going to fiddle with these, and I'll bring you back once I've put everything in, ready to go. I've fiddled with them. Now they're ready for the brakes. I'm basically going to take this one, slide it in. Then this one doesn't have the little pin, it doesn't have the piece of thing sticking out the side, and it goes in on the other side, just like that. With that lined up, you take this guy, slide it into position. Now you want to make sure in there, okay, you can't really see, but in there you have to inspect now that that little pin lines up exactly with the groove in the caliper. And then basically you bolt this bolts back. Oh no, wait, I forgot. First I have to put in this little spring. Hold on. Can you see what I'm doing? Now you can. So, just take it back off. This spring just slides in there. Just a little bit of extra support. Now they got a little bit damaged when I took them out because I wasn't careful enough. And unfortunately, here in my wonderful country, you cannot get it. Let me show you how it sits first. There you see it. Just nicely sitting there. And it provides some pressure to keep this block pressed up against, well, as close as it can go. It basically ensures that that stays in that position. I'm going to struggle to get it back in, and then after I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so everything lined up as it should. Just put this bolt back in here, and at the bottom there is another one. Tie them down. First by hand until it's basically in completely, and just, these are brakes. Now I always say this here is the situation between life and death for me. If this comes off, either me or the car in front of me or the person in front of me, whoever, is in a bad place. So these things, I just tie them down. I don't have torque specifications for them or things like that. But believe you me, I make sure they are tight. Tight as can be. Then, at the back, these two little bolts. See that little plate that I told you about? One goes in over there. And the other one goes in over here. The funny thing about this car is in some of the other models, these guys came out with a four-wheel steering. How I wish this one was one of them, but it doesn't, even though it has the full capability to do so. It basically has a full, all I need is a steering rack, the rear steering rack for it, and I can make this guy four-wheel steering. Honda was kind of awesome like that. As you can hear, I'm a very big Honda fan. Well, I am working on a prelude that people would just throw away if they ever came across it, because it's damaged so bad. But it's my old girl, and I love it. Come on. There you know. And we are basically done. Now for this little cover, just pops over here, protect the handbrake part of it, and we're done. I'm not going to show you the other side. It's 100% exactly the same as this side. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful and somewhat entertaining, me struggling with it. But thank you for joining me. Subscribe to my channel if you want. Give me a like on the video. Tell your friends about it. Tell anybody that has an old Prelude that's struggling with the brakes and don't want to pay 2,000 rand to, well, I don't know how much in dollars it's gonna be, but I know they charge 2,000 rand around here. And yeah, maybe it can save somebody some money and teach them a new skill. I always say you're never too old to learn something new. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.